debut comes round 5 of the 2000 season. Were you nervous ahead of a senior debut?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I still remember actually sitting in Subiaco. I was doing some work experience in Hay Street at a marketing firm. I got here, talking about those university degrees, I got here and got into UWA. But I thought, look, the first year I'll just, at that point in time, I'll do a bit of a TAFE apprenticeship throughout the AFL, a bit of marketing kind of work. And so I was sitting... We'd played Richmond the previous week and won at Docklands, the old Docklands, but Stephen Coops had been reported and he was suspended for 2 games. I thought, here's my chance to get in. I'll get in on someone being suspended. And it's a weird, selfish thing at the time, but I was hoping that the decision was going to be that I would he would be suspended and I'd get my opportunity. So I was hoping and wanting that all week. It came. And then, running out at the Wacker back then. We played 2 games at the Wacker in my first year. And I got the opportunity to play in the forward pocket alongside Tony Modra, who I idolised growing up as a Crows fan, going to many games as a young kid and young school person at Footy Park or Amy Stadium there in Adelaide. And it was a boyhood dream. And I was fortunate the ball landed in my lap in about 50 seconds and I got to kick a goal early, so that settled the nerves. But, incredible experience.
Are you first kick, first goal club? Or?
Yeah, well, I have the fortune of being first 2 kicks.
First 2 kicks, first 2 goals.
So I don't know how many that exists, but apparently
research on that.
And then, but I remember, so I was playing on Alistair Nicholson, sort of got a couple of goals early. I think I might have had 3 shots in the first quarter, and we were going okay. This is a team that hadn't lost a game, Melbourne, and who ended up going on to play in the grand final that year. And then at the end of the first quarter, Neil Danaher, who was coaching Melbourne at the time, actually sent David Neitz, who was playing up forward, down on this sort of young 18-year-old to stop him, and he certainly did that. I hardly got a kick after Nita came and played on me, so it was a nice lesson early on that it's not all beer and Skittles in the AFL.
You get the call up for a game against Bulldogs in round 17. What's you feeling like then?
I didn't come on until halfway through the second quarter, so they didn't know what rotations were back in 2007. So it wasn't great, but it was pretty epic. Debut at home as well. Played something like 3 of my first 6 or 7 games against the Bulldogs. Like the Etihad specialist there at one stage, and I mean, like I said, game 1 ranks up there with probably top 3 moments of sporting life. But at the end of it all, sporting life is probably different to life. There's different elements for sure.
And for the Scorchers, you come into bat at 6th, and you follow the lineup. A pretty impressive lineup. So Bancroft, Marsh, Turner, Cartwright. You walk out to the crease. What's going through your head at this stage?
Unbelievable amount of nerves. I remember walking out. Shaw Marsh was at the other end, who absolutely idolised as a left-hander from WA.
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolute gun. And it's just weird things. I remember back when you debut, your emotions are just on such high levels that things you don't really that grab your attention or you think about all of a sudden do. For example, I remember the bowler running in from one of my first or second ball and I was noticing the grill in front of my face, which is something that you just never notice. It's just second nature to have a grill in front of you.
Yeah.
It just feels like everything's a lot harder. Your emotions are a lot higher. I think I was 4 off 7 or 8 balls. Wasn't doing too well, and then I got dropped on the boundary, went for 6, and then I hit a 4, and I was all right. And then the other end, Shaw Marsh just went ballistic. We put on...
I think he finished at 96 on that game or something.
Sean finished 96, yeah. We put on 60, but I only contributed 15. So.
Yeah, that was... You bat 15 in that game. It was a tight game in the end. I think Thunder won in the final over or something. How do you view that game on reflection?
Yeah, look, it was actually... God, it feels a long time ago now, but we were. It was like a season where we had a lot of almost, like a lot of close losses, and particularly at home, they can kind of hurt your season. So, you always want to start with a win, sing the team song, and have those memories. But yeah, it was a weird feeling because you're very excited to make your debut, but obviously disappointed.